you like to know?
Keeping it together, Ree? I'm all right, as long as you don't think about it too much. You're safe among friends. Never forget it. How you holding up?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
Let Daddy a drop down the waist. A sip of rum, a frothy pint of ale. And then a flask of whiskey for the trail. Alas, we've seen them tumble from their towers. Commonest among them stripped of...
What's the word? Always. I haven't forgotten what I've heard about the chef's mastery of the pot and clean. It smells truly divine and different somehow.
Garvan tastes the stew, then begins spooning it into his mouth. He sighs with pleasure. His eyes go wide.
Oh no. Oh no. 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 Something isn't right. I need to go. I don't feel so well. Oh, my stomach. Go away! The place smells like the god's damn death fog. What was in that stew you gave me? I swear if I could. If I weren't. Odds. I haven't the energy for this. You want to know the truth? The old man was a fraud. Always hinting that he had an amazing stash hidden away somewhere. But you know what I found when I tasted his flesh? Nothing.
His intestines threaten you both with a high squeal.
You had to push me, didn't you? This is gonna be messy. Thank.
Why the devil is this stall out in the open?
Garvan kills his mentor and seizes his business. A bridge, ruins, There, the deed is done. The murderous weasel did, however, have some skill in trade, and now so do you.
Why the devil is this stall out in the open? Please, Lucian, spare me! Why the devil is this stall out in the open?
Where is his head? Where is his heart? Speak! Dead. Rot, take him. Buzzards use him for a latrine. His head. I want to look into his eyes. My boy is dead. My boy is... No! No! I need to see the eyes. I need to press the jelly out. And you're no better than he, traitor. Traitor! Traitor!
The chains bind their captive. A trembling spirit wrings his hands, his eyes darting around the room. They settle on you.
What are you doing here? What do you want? You mustn't linger. One must not mean harm to do it. Please, go. It's the silver shaft that's missing. There's an anvil where silver can be properly melted. That ought to do it.
His hands shake. He clears his throat.
As a priest, I had a patient. A dastardly demon held him in its grasp. The demon absorbed all his pain, in exchange for his soul. I was certain we'd only diminish the demon by overwhelming my patient with pain. I planned to torture the demon until it gave up its grip over the poor fellow. I began in earnest, so I lied to the others. I told them there was no helping him. I told them to seal us down here. We're better one soul damned than two. This demon gluts itself on pain. Only the utmost torture would draw him forth. I couldn't do it. I refused to subject myself or my comrades to such barbarism. If you've the stomach for such an ungodly task, I won't keep you from it. Perhaps we broke the lever for the door when we locked him inside, so that none would ever attempt to free him, no matter what.
Hey, come on. Don't act like I'm not here.
The Great Forge is black with a The Great Forge is black.
Excellent. We can use this shaft to open one of the vault doors. The Great Forge is black.
part of the lock mechanism.
Working. There's something to this I'm not seeing.
You should go from here. This is no place for the living, for the sane. My vigil is eternal. It won't cease until I'm convinced, truly convinced. Something might change for the better. For now, as the lever's fixed, perhaps you could extract him. But you'd have to be able to contain him, defeat him, once he'd been loosed. I suppose the alternative. Be wary. This demon knows no decency. No.
Look at you. Handsome. Handsome. Come close, won't you? My, how long it's been. How very, very long it's been. Would you believe Brother Calvin locked me up in here because he said I was possessed by a demon? Just because I don't feel pain. Have you ever heard anything so? Well, they didn't look like me, did they? Maybe I was a little kooky back then. But you'd be amazed how sobering millennia of imprisonment can be. Praise the Seven, right? Praise the Seven, that's all over.
His mouth twists in an ugly snarl as he stutters that last sentence, and a flicker of something unrecognizable yet malevolent flashes across his gaunt face.
You are here to free me, right?
The dwarf's face becomes calm, serene even. He looks into your eyes, tranquil as a baby lamb.
Well then, just destroy the pillars. Nothing to it, for one not wrapped in chains. Hey, come on. Don't act like I'm not here.
As you strike him, the dwarf's face changes, becomes softer somehow. He almost looks like a different person. When he speaks, his voice is quieter, more reserved.
Yes, please, release me from him. The pain, I can take it, but he can't.
The dwarf's face flickers and changes, becoming hot red and enraged.
What are you doing? Stop it! Stop it now! Stop it and destroy the pillars! Is that all you've got? Is it almost over? Close there. I got things straight. This bloody prison. This bloody body. This bloody body.
The demon has been defeated at last, but the fellow he possessed had to be sacrificed too.
Liberty or death? He has both now, and he's better off for it.
Another life, snuffed out after mere decades. How horrifying.
Death is preferable to servitude. He's a lucky man.
Wherever you take her, I hope it's to take care of her. Cure.
The lever part of the lock mechanism seems to be... A presence accosts you. You cannot see it, yet know it is there. It is in front of you, then behind. You hear its whispers. The master must teach you, so that you may become a master in turn.
It's not working. There's something to this I'm not seeing.
The spirit keeps glancing back. A difficult task, since his shoulders are tense as iron. How can I help? The spirit keeps glancing back. But how can I help? The spirit of a priest lifts his eyes to yours. When he speaks, he rasps, as if the...
I watch the gate. Who goes there? I watch the gate. I watch the one who must be watched. I watch the one who should be dead but can only be chained. You must leave. The one who must be chained will take your soul. Do not let it speak. Do not let it speak to you. No. You must leave. You must not speak to it. You must not speak to the one who must be chained. It will steal your soul. It will steal your very soul. Kill it if you can, but do not let it speak. I beseech you, do not let it speak.
A lizard on all fours lies chained in the pit. The raw power you sense within her is barely contained by the spell that binds her.
Do you know who you are, Godwoken? Do you know what you seek? I am you, but greater. I am Godwoken, born to be divine, all-powerful. So powerful the priests imprisoned me here. They feared me, and so I will grant my powers to the Godwoken who would use them for good.
Deep inside you, the word power wakens your god's desire, for power is what it wants. Desire rises to surround your heart, but its avarice is tinged with suspicion.
These are chains of pure source. Not even the divine, the god's rest his tortured soul, could break them. Set me free, and I shall give you the power that you seek. Show me the goodness of your heart, Godwoken, and I will share my power. Take one step closer to divinity. Set me free. I know you. You are better than this. Show me the goodness of your heart, Godwoken, and I will share my power.
The lizard closes her eyes, takes a deep breath, and begins to speak inside your head. Her voice transfixes you in a warm and pleasant way, but soon the treacle in her words begins to nauseate.
I know who you are. I know what you want. I know your good heart. I know you want to set me free.
With a jolt, she is repulsed. When next she speaks, it is through gritted teeth.
I know who you are. I know what you want. You will not get it, for you are nothing. Nothing. Get out! I know the weakness of your heart. I know who you are. I know the weakness of your heart. I know the weakness of your heart. I know who you are. I know the weakness of your heart. I know the weakness of your... I know who you are. I know the weakness. I know who you are. I know the weakness. I know who you are. I know the weakness. I know who you are. I know the weakness. I know who you are. I know the weakness. I know who you are. I know the weakness of your... I know who you are. I know the weakness. I know who you are. I know the weakness of... I know who you are. I know the weakness of your heart. Then I shall teach your final lesson.
Try again.
you are. I know the weakness of your heart.
What? You have a duty. Gather more sauce and complete the ritual.
Lucky find.
As you suck the smoke deep into your lungs, your vision starts to swim and cloud. There is an intense pounding in your head, and you can feel the world fading. As the world fades away, you lose all sense of being grounded. You reach out, but you could feel yourself falling slowly, sinking into the depths of your own soul.
come not a moment too soon. It's here. Even here. We must hurry now. We must race toward the well with all the determination of the eagle diving for its prey. Your prey lies on a far-off shore, at the heart of the Nameless Isle. It is a place no one can reach unless their soul becomes their compass.
He places a hand over your heart, and you suddenly feel it, an unmistakable pull in a new and distant direction.
The battle for divinity is about to begin in earnest. The other gods and their chosen will try to outflank us just like we must outflank them.
But I will be with you, dear child. I will guide you, stand by you. I will watch as you drink from the wellspring.
The void will be overcome, and you will be the god of gods. The end is nigh. Don't fail us now.
You jolt back to the world, stumbling forward. Dark smoke surrounds you, hanging in the air like black fog. This feels wrong. The Meister's cry cuts through the haze. You look up just in time to see what steps out of the shadows.
Redeem yourself, fate. Help us, fate.
Your god told you there can be only one. He says you'll eventually need to turn on each other.
I've use for neither gods nor men. I myself am the island that is my destination. You, a mere port along the way I tolerate, for the time being.
This problem tore the Seven apart, but perhaps it can bring us together. I say, all for one, and one for, at most, 3 others.
A girl's best friend is her needle, but I'll stick by you as long as you continue to uphold your particular brand of usefulness.
Seems to be the code to a safe. Better hang on to this.
Useless. Blood.
The slab remains lifeless, but you sense power lurking with... The central rune is stained black with 1,000 years putting childhood lessons to good use. You translated death heralds were responsible. The slab remains lifeless. war owl swoops down from the sky and delivers a message for the Red Prince. Red Prince, I am the one who has been hunting you, but you cling to life all too tenaciously. We must speak of the reason for your expulsion from the ancient empire, and we must speak of the Red Princess. Find me on the Nameless Isle at the Temple of Zor Stissa. In the presence of the goddess, let war and shadow meet.
Aren't you supposed to be off learning how to become the divine and whatnot?
Her eyes flash with something, anger perhaps, or fear.
But never mind. We better focus on the task at hand.
She looks straight ahead, ignoring you.
Well, aren't you industrious? It seems all the riffraff's back aboard as well. Ready to set sail when you are, Your Holiness. Fantastic. Now, on to the interesting part.
After many adventures, the party finally reached the place where Godwo can go to become divine. But more surprises and difficult choices awaited.
What's that, Quercus?
Here we are, the Nameless Isle. And here I thought Melody was unimaginative. Still, it's what's on the inside that counts, isn't that right? And this is the place you're meant to become a god. I can't help but wonder exactly what you intend to do with such a power. I have no doubt about that, but do remember, you can do what's good for you, too. All things in balance, you know. You'll want to hurry now. Divinity is waiting, after all. I'm hardly an expert on the matter, but I'm smart enough to put two and two together. Where there is an ocean of source, there is a well for drawing from it. To rise to divinity, you probably need to take a gulp, though I'm sure it won't be that simple. Excellent question. Normally, this place ought only to be known to Godwoken, but judging by the ships burning in the bay, there's been a breach, let's call it. Regardless of who's on the island, all that matters is who ascends. Make sure that's you. The strongest will survive and ascend.
Look at that island, Quercus. Covered in forest. A true forest. Can you smell it? Over the stink of the water. Millennia of mulch. Those woods are ancient. Where better to find a clue about the Great Acorn? Some of those trees could even date back to the first forest. The Knights of Dre will never find us here. A perfect sanctuary to pause and complete our research. There's no rest for the wicked, Quercus. And even less for those out to save the world, it seems. Somewhere on this ancient isle, there must be a clue that will help us stop the Acorn. We must tread carefully. I'm sure such a wonderland will be dangerous, but at least it should be free from the Knights of Dre. What would we do, Quercus? Why, we'd make them sorry they ever left their mothers' nests. Anyway, we have something for your new best friend.
The squirrel reaches out and hands you a piece of bark, covered in tiny, scratched handwriting.
Something I discovered in your lizard friend's basement. She won't miss it, but use it well.
Gareth greets you warmly. He's oddly chipper, more chipper than you've ever seen him, and certainly more chipper than most people mourning dead loved ones.
I should thank you. I don't know what came over me. Praise Lucian I had you to put me on the right track. Not bad. Took some time to think. My parents led good lives. I'd rather celebrate them for the love they gave me than to wail over their loss. Besides, we have work to do. Once we anchor at the Nameless Isle, I'll scout ahead, see if I can help locate the council and ease the way. I'll report to you on what I find.
Gareth offers his farewell and hums to himself. You don't recognize the tune, but you imagine it to be a hymn praising Lucian.
You don't look very divine to me. What are you waiting for?
Whatever type of companion you need, I can provide.
Hello. This island is something else, huh? Up to you. Captain! Goodness, of course. Told you I would, didn't I? Up to you.
Tread carefully, my dear. Those are black ring banners that I spy on the shore. I studied the tablet that you so generously provided. It showed me everything I need to know about creating a functional swornbreaker. See those structures further inland? Remarkably like those from the caverns of the Black Pits, aren't they? Should you discover the parts needed for a swornbreaker, please bring them to me. Also, you will likely encounter sworn followers of the God King on that island, I suspect. I would avoid combat if possible. Death can be less than final for them, if the God King wills it.
Almira doesn't respond right away. Instead, she turns and gazes intently at the island. After a long moment, she finally speaks.
I sense a familiar presence. The Sallow Man. Yes. He's there somewhere. Likely commanding Black Ring forces. You should seek him out. He's a foul creature, but not opposed to cutting a deal. Beware his underlings, though. If they challenge your presence, pose as a thrall of mine, and you should gain safe passage. My name should still command respect among them.
Do what you must in this place, sorcerer. I don't want to linger a moment longer than necessary.
Quite a journey I've found myself on with you. Is this where it ends, I wonder? Dangers indeed. You can almost hear the sound Gleku Duma, the words of the lone wolves. No doubt my former comrades will have them in their employ. Speak their words, and you might pass. Speak their words, and you might pass. Consider it a token of my thanks. Pursuit of my interests has led me to fall in with some disreputable company in my time. For a short while, one such group was the Black Ring. I know, not something to be proud of, but they let me do as I wished, so desperate they were for aid after the death fog cut them down to size. A fine arrangement, until they started preaching about this God King and his infernal covenant.
He snorts derisively.
The last thing this world needs is another would-be god, and an army of fools willing to follow him. It's a sop to all the fools who think that someone will grant them power and immortality in return for loyalty. This God King has caused to make war with the Seven, and the Covenant is how he's gathered his army. They become sworn, as it was put to me, bound to serve, die, and be reborn for the God King for as long as he wishes. Then, at some ill-defined point in the future, they think they'll be rewarded. You should have seen them all. On their knees, worshipping a new tyrant just to spite 7 old ones. I got away from them while I still could. Unfortunately, Dallas was waiting to snatch me. There's a clue in the name. He's a god, or something that wants to be a god. Continue to march to the Seven's beat, and I'm sure you'll find out exactly what he is. They're all the same, you know. Tyrants, liars, carrion birds. The best thing would be for them all to destroy each other and leave the rest of us to live in peace. My efforts continue. I must admit it's quite an intricate piece to work with, even for someone like myself.
type of companion you need, I can provide.
The little girl doesn't acknowledge your presence. She remains locked away somewhere deep within her own mind.
Expert warriors for hire, all seasoned in combat. They won't let you down. regretted having extra help in a fight. I'll guarantee you that.
Bodies have been purged.
I suspect...
Before you stands a shrine of a particularly strange design. You've seen machinery like this before, in the cave beneath the Black Pits. Here too, the apparatus thrums with...
Magistra, dead on the beach. What a surprise.
Seaside doesn't suit them, does it? a bath.
Mighty Seven, watch over your fallen servant.
Quick as a flash, the Magister has an arrow notched on his raised bow. He falters. A glimmer of recognition crosses his face, followed a moment later by a wry smile.
My Fort Joy savior! I never thought I'd clap eyes on you again. You always seem to catch me at a low ebb, unfortunately. My troop was slaughtered by Black Ring. I'm the only survivor. What are you doing here?
A skeptical eyebrow arches upwards.
You, Godwoken? That seems unlikely. Never mind. There are more important matters at hand. Bishop Alexander and the others might still be out there. I need to find them. Let me stay by your side for now. You can count on my bow in any fights to come.
He nods.
I never thought I'd follow him. Not after Fort Joy. But he won over us veterans, Magister and Paladin alike. He's like a different man, now that he's found the path to divinity. He broke free from Dallas and Breeden's influence, and they tried to murder him for it. Them and their white magisters. Us loyalists had to stand by his side. The fracturing of the Divine Order, the Voidwoken crisis, multiple attempts on his life. He's let none of it deter him. Now Ascension is...
He slings a quiver of arrows across his back and nods.
Eyes sharp.
You frown with surprise. Alexander vanished along with all the others when the Lady Vengeance breached the Hall of Echoes. You assumed he was dead.
If he still thinks he's the one that will replace Daddy Dearest, he's in for a surprise.
His black heart is still beating. Perhaps we should see it removed.
Has as many lives as a cat, it seems. Let's see if he acts like one when...
such black ring. Could they be doing the purging?
The plot thinnens.
A hulking black ring captain glares at you with his one eye. The other one, a weeping socket surrounded by recent burn wounds.
You're not one of mine. You're not from headquarters either. Explain yourself, or I'll open you up and rip out an answer myself.
His blade is inching out of its scabbard, even as he speaks.
Almira, apologies, mistress. I'd never have dreamed of questioning any thrall of yours.
He bows and gestures for you to pass. The captain tries to angle the blade of his sword to catch a glimpse of his injuries in its reflection. He winces at the damage before...
Mistress Almira, how can I be of service? Orders. Mistress Almira. We couldn't take the Orc Temple by force. There's too many traps in there. I lost half my troops and my eye. The conjurer over there was dispatched to us to help flood the temple with seawater instead. I won't fail the next time, though. I swear. But I can't, Mistress Almira. We have orders. The temple has to stay submerged. As you wish, Mistress Almira. Move out. On the double!